undisputed #1 Rockland Smashers takes them down.
Well, you
141 to 79.
You need to just stop with the Kevin Love. What are you paying for half his team?
Hey,
Yes.
I gave props to my sister.
I know. Yeah, Miss Manning did it well with her man, Mr. Manning, getting 46. Wow.
Yes.
Not 49,
Unbelievable.
but 46. Pretty darn good. A.J. Green was 17. Vincent Jackson, 24. T.Y. Hilton, 18. More to come from him later in the broadcast after last night. Not a lot hurt her. I mean, heck, with 141, she's going to beat most people out there. Clemens had the perennial bad day of bad days. Giovanni Bernard for only 9. Crabtree for 2. Bennett for 4. Delaney Walker for 8, and Larry Donnell, who has been crushing it, for the big goose egg of 0. Nick Folk got 0. Boy, the Jets looked horrible that day. All right, so that's it for the recap. What is next? Mr. Heath.
Let's talk about, let me do standings, and then I'll let you talk about the pickups. How's that?
Please do, because you know what? I do not have the standings on mine.
I do.
Yeah, you do them.
Okay, here we go, everybody. We'll start with the NFC. Actually, we always start with the NFC. Let's start with the AFC this time. We have Rockland Smashers still on top. However, in a bizarre twist of fate, we've got a three-way tie in the AFC. Three-way tie is Rockland Smashers 4-1, Braille Bombers 4-1, and Team Mouseketeers 4-1. Followed up by Malibu Stacy's at 2-3, alone at that record. Team Duh is 1-4, and the Poor Pink Ladies round out the bottom with 0-5. In the NFC.
Okay, I don't get to. Whoa! I don't get to comment. You got to give me a little room to comment on that.
Sorry.
Thank
Matt,
you.
Do you have a comment on that?
Yes, tight race at the top. The bottom feeders got to turn it around, but they still have a chance. It's anybody's game this early in the season. Even if you're 0-4, you can still make the playoffs. Nothing is over, so do not give up hope. Next division.
Good thing we got that in. Okay.
Okay, you know what? I'd like to punch you right in the mouth.
Okay. In the NFC, once there were 3, now there are 2. Tied at the top of the mountain, we have the worst team ever, somehow at the top, at 4-1. Lovely. The Ralph Wiggum Experience, also at 4-1.
Get off my heels!
I have been knocked down a peg, as I should be. I am in 3rd place with 3-2. Then we've got the Punishment Due, 2-3, tied with the Wild Poopers at 2-3. And then, man, we've got every Devlin's in this side of the house here. We've got Punishment Due, Wild Poopers, and in the bottom, Krusty's County College at 0-5. But every Devlin in this division. What say you?
I say I love having all the Devlins in the same division, and you talk like Max Headroom on that thing sometimes. Very nicely done. Yeah, exactly. Very nicely done, you dork. Jason.
All right, why don't we talk about...
Okay, moving on.
Waiver wire.
I don't have... Yeah, the waiver wire... The waiver wire wasn't too exciting, but the big news was... I mean, the waiver wire was only exciting because... Krusty's Clown College overpaid for everything. He paid like $75 for 2 people. Let's see if that helps get him out of his offer.
Well, to make him feel better, if you don't mind me adding
Go ahead.
I tried to get in for Oliver for $40, but for some reason I did it too soon. And all of my players were locked except for Charles Clay, and he's not the guy I wanted to drop. So I waited, and I waited too long, and I didn't get him. So he didn't overpay because I was going in with 4-0. For those of you who can't make the math, that's $40.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, you forgot. That's all that counts.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the blockbuster trade between Katarina and her daddy.
Yeah.
No, I take it back. It's Kat and Josh. There was another trade, though, that I don't have on here. There was one between Jason and Kat, right? Where he got Calvin Johnson, which seems incredulous. And she lost a few people. I don't have that. I have the earlier trade in the week, unfortunately, which was between Kat and Josh. Josh traded Drew Brees, Chris Johnson, and Deshaun Jackson. And, I really screwed this up. My printout does not have who she got. Oops. Can you find that out? Dang it!
Yeah, I can, but let me just say that
Please.
I was willing, this is what I get for not making offers. I was willing to offer straight up Jamal Charles for Megatron. I would
Okay.
have done it.
All right. Well, now we know that. All right, we're moving on. This is a bad part. This is my mistake of the broadcast. Let's get to this week's games, if you
Let's
will.
do that.
You tell me where you want to go, and I'll follow you.
All right, the first matchup we've got, because it's off my device, I apologize, Mr. Matthew. You can already start looking for me. It is Camp Krusty, who may purposely throw this game
Oh.
to ensure that my opponent, Rockland Smashers, wins again. Of course, I'm just kidding. That would make the league defunct. I am going to bring my A game, Mr. Clemens. It's the Battle of the Kevins.
The Battle of the Kevins is right. You got Mr. Clemens. Will he go with Eli? I believe in you, Eli, who's projected for 27. Giovanni Bernard for 20. Jordy Nelson, who is always on fire, for 23. Up against Matt Ryan against the Chicago Bears. Le'Veon Bell at Cleveland. Let's hope he rolls over them, not for your sake, but for my Steelers. And Julian the Jew Edelman, the jumping, galloping Jew, for 20. At Buffalo. Should be a good matchup. It's going to break your heart if you do beat him. And if you lose, I don't even want to think about what that's going to sound like on the next broadcast with how great he is and how you bow and want to lick his feet. Next matchup.
Okay. All right, Himmler, start looking for your matchup.
Himmler?
That's where we're going.
Now